Governor Mills has been gracious enough to come to the ceremony today. Would like to say a few words, so I'm going to give her the podium, and then we'll continue on with the press conference. Governor?
Thank you, Chief. I'm just here to join friends, family, colleagues, community members to commemorate this sad occasion and to share these memories with such brave people and to say prayers for those who are still recovering from injuries and pray that God never lets this happen again in our community or other communities in Maine. And I just brought a small bouquet of flowers to present to the Chief.
Thank you, Governor Mills, for joining us this morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Davis. I'm the town manager here in Farmington. And I just want to offer a few remarks on this solemn occasion. Really doesn't seem like it's been a year. It's gone by so fast. Very rarely an event occurs that is so devastating that it tests the limits of a community's strength. Such was the case 1 year ago on Monday, September 16th, 2019. Shortly after 8 a.m. that morning, the Farmington Fire Rescue Department responded to the report of a gas smell at the newly renovated and expanded LEAP building at 313 Farmington Falls Road. While investigating the source of a propane leak, the building suddenly exploded. We lost a beloved brother, firefighter, and dedicated civil servant, Captain Michael Bell, that day. Captain Bell gave his life in the line of duty, bravely serving his fellow citizens. There are no words that are adequate to express our sorrow for the loss and gratitude for the life of Captain Bell. He will never be forgotten. 6 other firefighters were injured in the blast, including Fire Rescue Chief Terry Bell, Deputy Chief S. Clyde Ross, Captain Timothy D. Hardy, Captain Scott Baxter, and firefighters Ted Baxter and Joseph Hastings. While the severity of their injuries varied, they have all recovered or are recovering well. We are thankful for that. LEAP's maintenance supervisor, Larry Lord, was also grievously injured. He is credited with evacuating the building shortly before the blast, thus saving the lives of several LEAP employees. Our prayers are with Larry and his family as he continues to recover. His bravery will never be forgotten. Also impacted were the occupants of several nearby homes that were damaged or destroyed in the explosion. Fortunately, none of the residents was seriously injured. The same event that tested the limits of our strength also served to highlight our empathy, compassion, and love for one another. Never was this more evident than in the community's response to the disastrous event of September 16, 2019. Immediately after the explosion, offers of assistance, both monetary and in-kind, began flooding into the town and United Way offices. The town quickly established a disaster relief fund that ultimately received nearly $112,000 in donations. The funds were used to assist the displaced residents to find new housing and provide food and clothing and meet other needs. The LEAP Explosion Fund, coordinated by the United Way of the Tri-Valley area, raised more than $218,000. Just over $154,000 has been allocated to help 48 individuals who were affected by the explosion. These funds paid for housing and other basic needs, replaced lost items, repaired the heating system for an affected family, contributed to the Firemen's Benevolent Fund, cleaned housing for safe occupancy, cleaned up property at the site of the explosion, and will fund a planned memorial sculpture. The balance of the United Way funds is dedicated to seed money for an affordable housing project, as well as ongoing mental health support for those affected, and matched savings account funding for individuals who attend financial counseling sessions with New Ventures Maine. All decisions are made by a diverse committee made up of town officials, LEAP staff, EMA staff, first responders, and mental and social service providers. The committee continues to meet monthly. In addition to the generous monetary contributions, there were countless donations of food, clothing, and toys for the children. Local businesses provided a wide variety of goods to support the volunteer firefighters who came from all over the state to staff our station while our personnel recovered in the hospital. On that point, it is important to note that there were 80 fire departments that provided manpower around the clock in the weeks following the explosion. Not only did their personnel ensure continuing public safety coverage, they were also a great source of companionship and moral support for our devastated department. To all who came to our aid, please know that we would return the favor in the blink of an eye should the need arise in any of your communities. It is impossible to personally thank everyone who helped, both through volunteering and with monetary donations, many of which were anonymous. The outpouring of support was too overwhelming. Suffice it to say that the Farmington Fire Rescue Department and everyone else who was affected by the explosion will be forever indebted to the volunteers and donors who helped soothe the community and pave the road to its recovery. The disastrous event of September 16th, 2019 will eventually fade from memory, but we will never forget the bravery of Captain Bell, Larry Lord, and the injured firefighters. We will also long remember the kindness and generosity of all those who contributed to the relief effort.
Morning. Thank you, Dick. My name is Daryl Wood, the Executive Director of LEAP. 1 year ago today, an event that we are now familiar with changed the course of history for many people. The new LEAP building was virtually complete after years of planning and fundraising, and it was gone in an instant. People were injured, one died. Over a dozen witnessed the explosion and hundreds more heard about it and wondered, is my loved one okay? The entire Farmington community was knocked off balance. Everyone had watched the project emerge from nothing to an impressive multifunctional building designed to meet the needs of LEAP for years to come. Most local people knew someone who worked at LEAP or someone that worked for the fire department or both. I'm not here today to rehash the events of 9/16/2019. That has already been covered many times. I'm here to make sure people understand the inherent goodness of the human spirit, particularly caregivers, as evidenced by what I have witnessed over the last year. Under extreme duress, the first responders and public officials took control of the situation, initiated first aid, and evacuated people to the hospital. At Franklin Memorial Hospital, their team organized quickly, triaged people, and provided care and transfer without delay. I've since learned they practice that a lot. The people of LEAP never missed a beat in quality of care or in the necessary business functions to run an organization. That was all on day one. In the immediate aftermath, individuals, businesses, and organizations from near and far showed up with just what we needed, just when we needed it. Sometimes that was a basket of office supplies, some donuts and coffee. Sometimes it was a kind word or a message. Those messages came in from all across the country. People seemed to know just what was needed when it was needed, thank you out there. You know who you are. Hundreds of people. In the year that has followed, the messaging and support towards LEAP has been universally positive. Sometimes in the face of tragedy, people point fingers and things can get nasty. I've seen none of that. We cannot undo the events of 9/16, but we can recognize the resilience shown by so many people. My reason for speaking today is to point out that resilience. This is a tribute to that resilience. May we all learn from it. Thank you.
Thanks, Daryl.
Good morning, folks. I'm Deputy Chief Tim Hardy with the Farmington Fire Department. First of all, thank you, Governor Mills, for joining us this morning. We appreciate that. And thank all you folks for coming. On the morning of September 16th, 2019, no one could imagine how many lives would change forever. Within no time, the word had spread through the fire department family and throughout the state. The support came pouring in. We can't forget to thank all the fire departments from statewide for the coverage and support they provided to the Farmington Fire Department during our recovery. The support was provided for months while our department was healing. We will never forget all of those that stood by and helped us through our time of recovery and our time of need. We also want to thank the fire departments that stood guard at Maine Medical Center for their caring and professional support for the injured firefighters and their families during their stay there. They went well above and beyond, and we greatly appreciate everything that was done at not just Maine Medical Center, but all the medical centers that our injured firefighters were treated at as they went through their journeys. Also, we appreciate all the support from the emergency medical services that transported our firefighters, which included North Star Ambulance and other mutual aid ambulance services, also the Life Flight helicopter and the associated helicopters that also transported our injured firefighters so they could get the quick medical attention that they needed and deserved. We also would like to thank the local, county, and state law enforcement agencies for the expertise and assistance that they provided us throughout the investigation. I'd also like to offer a very special thank you to Police Chief Jack Peck and his police officers with the Farmington Fire Department for their continued and professional support. They work with us day in and day out. We will never forget the support from the local community and citizens, not just within Franklin County, but throughout the state and also across the country. The compassion of the support by supplying food, healing messages, donations, and a variety of other gifts really impacted our department as we still continue to heal to this day. Also, I want to say a great appreciation to our partners at LEAP, the compassion and the caring not only that they've showed to us, but the compassion and the caring that they showed to the community and the citizens every day, and it's ongoing. I also want to thank the members, which you can see behind me here, are members of the Farmington Fire Department and their families, which played a very important role in our healing and recovery, and we're still going through that process today. Finally, I would like to say to Diana, Michelle, Danielle, and Sarah Bell, we thank you for your willingness to share your husband and father, Captain Michael Bell, over the many years as a member of our Farmington Fire Department family. We truly appreciate it, And our heartfelt thanks goes out to each and every one of you. Thank you, folks.
So we'll open it up. If you guys have a few questions, we have time for a few questions, and then we'll let you know when we're done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, could you tell us a little about Captain Michael Bell, the type of person he was, and what's going to be about?
Well, first of all, Captain Michael Bell, he was with us for 30 years, so that just shows that his dedication to not only the fire department, but the community and the community at large. He was, I guess, for no better word to put it, he was one of our more active and dedicated members of the department. Was always up on the new techniques and training and new methods of firefighting that, as they come down from the federal government and the state mandates and all that's associated with it. We all, you know, year might seem like a long time to some people, but I know to a lot of us it seems like it just happened yesterday. And Captain Bell will always be in all of our thoughts, and also his family will be in our thoughts and prayers also. Thank you.
Anybody else? One question? Thank you. Well done. Okay, thank you guys all for coming today. I appreciate it. And Governor Mills, thank you for being here.